Hello, friends. Very good evening to you all. Welcome to our webinar on unlocking data science, sponsored by APG Learning. I have with me an expert in technology, Mr. Atul Phad. Atul is the head of technology at JAR's Online Retail Solutions. He comes with 11 and a half years experience as a technology developer and trainer. His expertise is in big data, data science, Android, IoT, Python, Oracle, and many more cutting-edge coding languages. APGL has been offering industry-centric training programs in the areas of technology, business, finance, entrepreneurship, lifestyle, personality development for working professionals, students, and career seekers over the past 3 years. So just to set the background, uh, the quality of training for industry-specific programs in India is sort of going down day by day, and it needs a special attention from a training point of view. The nature and requirement of the industry changes frequently in terms of content or use cases, and also infrastructure, which does not meet the expected needs of our students. And hence, the industry always talks to us about lack of talent and so on. This gap in lack of quality training and ever-changing industry requirements has a direct effect on the productivity of our new recruits. Internal training by industry, cost of training, shadow resources, a lot of unnecessary overheads usually eat up the actual content or the actual relevance for our learners to build that context with respect to the industry requirements. So to address this gap, APG Learning is coming with a new curriculum called CAMP, which essentially stands for content, assignments, master classes, and projects coming straight from the industry. So this is to build that direct connection for our learners with respect to how industry is performing and what level of technology implementation has happened in the industry. So with that, I would like to invite Atulji onto the center screen, onto the center stage, and we would love to hear from him in the market overview of what data science is about, how big data is, how the star organizations or the technology lead companies in the world are implementing these cutting edge technologies, and how learners or working professionals or fresh graduates are building careers in this technology field is something we would be learning from Atul today. And we would love to make this session as interactive as possible. So we would really appreciate as many questions and as many queries, or if we would also like to learn your thoughts, your ideas, your philosophy in terms of why you would want to take up a career in data science. What sort of gap analysis or gaps do you think we can address for you throughout this webinar is something we'd like to hear from your side as well. So with that, I would like to invite Atulji onto the stage, and over to you, Atul Phad, sir.
Yeah, thanks, Siddharth. Thank you very much.
Yep.
Hi all, welcome and wish you a very good for this session. I hope you guys will be patient enough to bear with me for next few minutes, and I promise you that this will add something to you. Now, let's start with the first example itself. Apple.
Yes.
Apple Inc. An amazing company, right? One of my favorite tech organizations in the world. I really follow Apple, Google, Amazon, and Tesla closely. In fact, Facebook also. Not because I use WhatsApp, Facebook, social media. The more I am keen about these companies because they're doing something innovative every day. Just look at the Amazon app every day. You will find something interesting. By the way, while introducing myself, Siddharth added my startup name. I used to own or currently own a startup called as JARS Online Retail Solutions Private Limited. It's a online platform for hyperlocal grocery to be sold. Very different idea. Very like it's my brainchild. It's a kid for me. Even I call it as a kid. So we have done a lot of research, market research, and trust me, I did not set my business idea correctly with that market research. When I started implementation of that ideas, my guys went for deliveries. We got scolded by our customers. I used to get call, "Ya kya bheja yaar tune ye?" So something like that. So it was immensely learning experience. And then we realized, let's do one thing. Let's read our customers. Let's analyze our customers. So I started capturing. I had like two. I have two partners who are IIM grads. One is marketing expert. One is strategy expert. They put few points, and I started collecting X, Y, Z, MNOP data items for that. And after 3 or 4 months, we started realizing that, man, we have so much of data. Now what to do? You have so much of
Correct.
data. Now my server cost is less, and your data storage cost is more. So you're serving more for data and less for customers. Now, Atul, what you're going to do with that data? So then it was a really good question for me. Like, as a data person, as a data agnostic person, I am always fond of data. For me, data is everything, right? Not for me, data is new oil for the market, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And problem with data is no one knows what to do with data and which data they are going to use. The reason is everyone is capturing so much of data, so you are forced to capture the data. In last decade, trust me, at least more than 80% companies are capturing data without having any strategy. Same happened with me. Same. So then I was forced to analyze that data which was useless for me. I have unnecessarily captured that data. Let's call it as unstructured data. I am not into technicality of unstructured. I will explain what is unstructured data. But probably for a period of time, that data is useless for my organization. So I started analyzing that data. I started putting that data in some form so that my non-techie partners should get benefit of that data. So some data was from logs, some data was from databases, some data was from like product purchases, recommendations and all. So we realized that my customer wants something else. Oh, we are having an idea and we are assuming that customers will like this idea, but that was not the case. Customers were struggling somewhere. Customers were liking those products which we never thought of. Customers were really fond of few of our strategies, but that forced us to change our strategy. And trust me, guys, within 3 months, we went up like 50,000 orders for a startup in Pune in span of 6 months with just 2 to 3 data items, which force us to change the strategy. I can't really tell that because there are players who can easily eat me if I tell that openly. But yeah, I was sitting on data and suddenly I took that data and used it for my organization. And trust me, my balance sheet went neutral from negative.
Wonderful.
Now that was something amazing. That time I realized that, man, most of the companies have data, but they don't know what to do with data. And that's why whole market is mad behind data scientists. Data scientist. What is
Correct.
definition of data scientist? I promise if anybody in this world can very well structure this definition and tell you this is data science and this is data science, this is the job role of data scientist in every company, I will leave my job because you can't fit that definition in one frame. Yeah, there can be a generalized definition. Data scientist is a person who can do everything with data. A very layman's definition is a person who can do everything with data. But what the hell is this everything? Now, for e-commerce company, that might be different. For pharmaceutical company, that might be totally different. See why you guys are struggling with COVID, even I. What is the reason? Reason is lack of data, lack of structured, well, good quality data. So veracity of COVID data is very less. You have, man, you have fever, you have a sore throat, you have this, you have that. You are probably a COVID patient. Wait. But he did not have that particular syndrome or symptom, and still he is positive in RT-PCR. Now my analysis failed. So what exactly is COVID positive? So then people started guessing, people started judging, people started analyzing, and with lack of data and evidences, we were confused, right? And that forced us to fear from that particular disease. And that's why pharmaceutical companies struggle for so long to get a fix for it. Trust me, that industry really needs more amount of data. And coming back to the first question, I will answer all these questions. I really love creating suspense and then and then answering few of them. I don't really answer each and everything. You have to search on Google for that. So Apple, $1 trillion company, right? But at least Apple has something to sell, man. Their iPhone is very expensive. MacBook is too expensive, but MacBook is too good. Don't know about iPhone. I left iPhone. So the amazing products, the amazing persona of their products. But wait, Google is also going to hit $1 trillion very soon. In fact, they had, wait, Apple had good amount of expensive products in the market. Which product of Google you bought or Facebook? Facebook is also going to hit $1 trillion, by the way. $1 billion is roughly 7,500 crore rupees.
Correct.
So where the hell Google is getting profits? Forget about profits. Where the hell Google is getting revenues? You will say ads. Man, Times Group, Sakal Group also does Google, also does advertisements. They are not hitting $1 trillion. They are giants, but what the hell Google is doing to achieve $1 billion mark, $1 trillion mark? Where the hell money is coming from? Now the money is coming from data. Oh, how? Well, I read a book. I don't really remember the author name or book name, but this particular statement hit me very hard. Listen it carefully. I may write it somewhere. So when you don't buy something, when you don't pay for something, you are the product. I repeat, when you don't pay for something, you are the product. Well, you are generating data for Google. You are helping Google to build their ecosystem and make their ecosystem strong. Why the hell Google Maps are so accurate? So I remember 10 years ago, I have worked on a voice operated project where I had to operate Android devices using voice commands 10 years ago. I was struggling. Today, it is just a cakewalk. I have to call Google API, text to speech, speech to text converters are very, very good nowadays. Even Amazon has this particular thing amazing. But if you compare the accuracy of Alexa versus Google, Google may not have commercialized their OK Google products so much like Alexa, but trust me, the technical accuracy of the voice assistants of Google is way better than Amazon, way far ahead, 10 times ahead. Why? You can check. Just speak, just look at the localization, pronunciation. If I speak this type of English to my UK client or US client, they will be like, they had to focus on my words, pronunciations, and understand the meaning. Same happens vice versa. So dialect change, right? And they are pretty good at it, right? But where the hell Google is coming up with it? I want to show you one device. So nowadays everyone is really loving these type of devices. This is a smartwatch. This is a Wear OS based smartwatch or Apple smartwatch. Do you know Google has acquired Fitbit in $2.5 billion? Now, why the hell Google like company invests in health band makers? What is the logic? They can, now I agree, Google has a Wear OS, Android operating system for watches, smartwatches, or even wearable devices. Then why the hell Google has purchased something called as Fitbit, which is a totally different ecosystem? Now Google wants your health data, man. Google wants to know when probably you're going to get a heart attack. Well. Is it true? Yep. So Google, you guys are thinking about something called as predictive analytics. Now I want to share my screen. Now, let me go a little back. What is definition of data? Very simple. A textbook definition of data is some facts and figures collected together, raw facts and figures, right? Now, when I process these raw facts and figures, I get useful data, and that useful data is called as information, right? Information is useful data or processed data. And there is something called as knowledge. Now, what is knowledge? In-depth information about a particular domain is called as knowledge. Now, data to information. When can I call data as information? Whenever that data is useful for you to make decisions, you can call it as information. There is a clear demarker. But what is difference between information and knowledge? I can't. How much information is knowledge? Sorry, I can't quantify. How less information can be called as knowledge? Again, I'm confused. So that's why I can't really differentiate between information and I means I'm referring to industry. Industry can't really demark between information and knowledge. Apparently, that's why we call everything as information. And Google does not sell data. Google sell information. That is, and wait, now I will clear facts. Google doesn't do anything with information. Google is doing knowledge. Google is more keen on knowledge. Well, Atul, you are confusing us. Now, how can you say that it is a knowledge? Very good. Pune Meteorological Department. Apparently, more memes have been read during winter or summer or especially rainy days on this particular section. Reason, if they tell you tomorrow it is going to rain, don't bring any umbrella or any raincoat. It is not going to rain. Trust me. It happens every time. I am in Pune since 17 years. It happens every time. So whenever there is like raining like cats and dogs, and Pune Meteorological Department says that rain will continue for 4 days. Assume that next day you are going to see something like sunshine. No, I'm not interested to make fun of it. They lack data. They are based on satellite information, satellite data, and there is definitely a time gap or something missing. What is missing? Accuracy. What is missing? Accuracy. And Google hits the nail with that accuracy. Why I'm only telling about Google? Because it's in my what I can say, R&D list. So there are many companies. Even Tesla do the same. Amazon is doing the same. Facebook is amazing. Tech of Facebook is also amazing. So Google is going one step ahead and putting more efforts on that data so that it could be more accurate. So whenever there is decision making, so why I need information or data? Every organization needs to take some business decisions, and those decisions can be taken with help of information. But now, if I start taking decisions, just pardon me for spelling mistakes, decisions based on knowledge, what would be the difference? Decision taken based on information versus decision taken based on knowledge. How they are different? Let me tell you. Accuracy. The answer is accuracy. If you have more information about a particular thing and you take decision based on more information, you get a more accurate outcome. Don't trust me? Let's prove it. So I'm a guy of facts and figures, right? So let's assume how many participants. Why to assume? There are total 21 participants. in this meeting. Let's say I ask you a question, which is your favorite color? Red, green, and blue. Three choices. 21 people. 7 people voted for red. Same number of people voted for green, and same number of people voted for blue. Right. Now, the percentage of color which people like red, green, and blue, like 33.33% people in India like green, like blue, like red. Now tell me whether my analysis is wrong. Whether my analysis is wrong? No, absolutely no. Whether my analysis is correct? No. Then what it is? It is not wrong because I have asked actual people. Na? So this is what your political surveys do. They ask 100 or 1,000 people and just publish the result. That's why they mostly are inaccurate. So I asked only 21 people and I got my answer. I can't predict that whole India, the billion people in India will have the same likings. Then what should I do? You should add more people to this survey. Like instead of 21, if I would have asked 2100 people, results would have been different. What if I ask 2.1 million people? What if I ask 2.1 billion people? Forget about the feasibility. Just imagine the scenario. 2.1 million will add more accuracy. 2.1 billion will add the best possible accuracy because that's where most of the population I'm covering from the world. So what can I derive from this? The more data I have about a particular thing, I can derive more useful data from it, information from it, and my decisions would go accurate. So cutting things short here, whole industry is fond of making their decisions accurate. Data is used for business decisions, right? Very simple. And for that, I have to make my data decisions accurate. And for that, data science is not used. Data science is something which is everything of data. A to Z of data is data science. But wait, analysis is something which I'm currently talking about since last 20 minutes. Only data analytics. So I hired a data analyst. He's doing great analysis. So suddenly I realized that I'm not capturing customers' data, personal data. Start capturing it. So my data analyst was like, man, I know SQL. I know NoSQL. I can use Tableau. I can use Microsoft Power BI or Microsoft Power Pivot or few XYZ tools. But when you're capturing logs, and I have a machine on which you are capturing any sort of data. Now my problem is the tool which you gave me is not capable of reading that data. Oh, that's problematic then. Now you need to do something with that data. But man, I'm an analyst. How can I clean that data? How can I process that data to make it feasible for analysis? Oh, then I need to hire someone else. Okay. So then I searched on in market what kind of guy I need to find to do this particular solution. I did not find anyone. But day by day, as this decision was delayed, my data started growing. Do you know that? How many photos you guys upload on Instagram every day? Now these numbers are doubled. Like I remember last seminar I took last year based on IDC statistics 2017, sorry. Now IDC stats 2019 are out about social media survey, and those are almost double. So you guys share 600 million photos and videos on Instagram every day. People watch 600 million hours of videos or contents on YouTube every day. Wait, this 600 million has one thing, unique views. If I watch one video twice, it's not counted in this survey. So you can consider it thrice. And more amazing numbers are coming soon. Facebook generates 2 petabyte of data every month. Oh my God. And the more amazing, 12 billion search queries happen on Google every day. 12 billion, 12 into 10 raised to 8, and 60 billion messages are sent and received on WhatsApp every day. That's why a company worth $2 billion has been purchased in $20 billion, 10 times extra money. Now again a question. Which is related to our topic. Now, two Yahoo guys created a platform called as WhatsApp. Their overall valuation was $2 billion. Now suddenly Facebook realized that we need to buy this company. We need to take over this company. And they bought that company 19 point something billion dollars. Let's assume $20 billion. Wait, Facebook does have their own messenger since beginning. Now, why the hell they purchased another messenger app with so much extra money? Does that make sense to buy a product which is already there with you? You can add a few more things and make your products comparable, competitive to that product? No. Reason is, on Messenger, on platforms like Messenger, just compare your Facebook post versus WhatsApp message. When I message, let's say I have to message something to Siddharth. I will be too personal, like, hi Siddharth, I'm not well, I can't conduct today's seminar. I am affected by COVID, let's say. But how will I post this? Due to some technical reasons, today's seminar is cancelled. Right. So just look at the lack of information in two things. So on Facebook, on social media page, very generic information is available. I can't really take out few things. If I really take social media data and start analyzing that data is really, really worse data for processing. Trust me, we are struggling. I have been like analyzing some data for telecom users from social media. It was petabyte of data and we got few megabytes of extracted information. On the contrary, we purchased few data from IDC like company, and in 100 GB data, we got 1 GB useful data information. I'm just telling you some facts. I can't really tell you the names and the things because of NDAs, but just imagine how much personal I get when I go into a messaging app. So the more personal information I share, the more details I have, right? That's why they invested it there. So with these numbers, why I'm telling all this thing, this has created a mess on internet. Now too much of data is available. Now that gives rise to a technical problem called as big data. Now what the hell is this big data? Now the name itself indicates it is something really big. So a data which is not possible to be processed, stored by traditional devices or traditional tools is called as big data. In short, this is a problematic data. Now I told my analyst that, man, we have a big data problem. Can you manage big data? He says, no, bring a big data specialist. Okay, I hired a big data guy. Then I realized that big data guy is capable of doing many things. Plus, wait, if my big data guy can do analysis, my two positions can be filled by one guy. Okay, done, understood. But analysis based on information was lacking accuracy in decisions. Suddenly, I realized that if I use some statistical algorithms in extracting information, I can be really accurate. If I apply some regression techniques, classification techniques, filtering techniques, if I apply some algorithms like Har cascade and all for face recognition, I can be really good. But for that, a guy should know statistics. And how can I expect a technical guy know mathematics, statistics in so much depth? Well, good question. But suddenly the industry was converting stats into programs. Data mining. Since ages, industry was converting statistics, mathematics, so that it will be available for you as simple programming functions, simple programming libraries. But now, with the ease in programming, thanks to Python and R, these libraries are really easy to learn. I can do linear polynomial regression without even putting pen and paper and learning examples of it. I just need to know what should be input, what should be output. Now, this subject you guys know as machine learning. So data mining has been really traveling so fast. Now it has reached to machine learning. Well, Atul, are you trying to call data mining as machine learning? Data mining is much more than machine learning. But machine learning is something which really puts efforts so that my tool or my algorithm or my software should learn by itself. So it should capture more data and derive analysis from that data automatically without human intervention. So machine should learn autonomously is machine learning, very simplified. My analyst, now industry wants your data analyst should know basics of machine learning as well. So Atul, what is deep learning and artificial intelligence? Wait, we will scope ourselves to machine learning only. Let's assume machine learning is sub branch of AI. Deep learning is something a step ahead than machine learning. Deep learning is different. Deep learning has some more key points in that. Let's not go there right now. So I want a person who can do analysis. I want a person who can do everything of data. He should be able to capture the data, convert the data in a format where analysis can be done, and he should be able to analyze the data. Okay. So that's where industry has formulated all these things and named that guy as data scientist. For me, the good definition of data scientist, or what is data science? Data science is basically combination of data analyst, then data engineer. Now this is again a new term for you. A data engineer is something who can capture data, clean data. ETL, data warehousing, should do data warehousing with that data. So data scientist has to know things of data analysis, things of data engineering, which includes databases, data structures, every minor thing of data. Data warehouse, that is ETL, extract, transform, load. I'm not talking about tool, I'm talking about techniques. Tool is a different thing. I have worked on one programming language, that doesn't mean other programming languages doesn't exist. There can be different tools, but I'm more interested in techniques, concepts. So databases, data structures, data warehouse, he should be able to handle big data. Now, for me, big data and and data analyst is a person who is capable of managing, handling every type of data, no matter what type of data it is. And the very important field nowadays is reporting, means basically visualization. Because without visualization, how a person who is into management be able to decide something? Because a person who is owning a company may or may not be literate, computer literate, right? I'm not saying that computer user, normal computer user. I'm talking about programming, I'm talking about IT. He may be a good strategist, he may be a good domain expert of that particular business, but he may not be a tech aware guy, a tech enthusiast guy. He will see graphs, pie charts, and okay, this is making problem in my business, let's remove it, or let's try to optimize it, like that I'm talking. So this has been recently capturing a lot of attention. Reporting, you must have heard about Tableau, Microsoft Power BI, Then nowadays it is very fancy to know programming languages for even business people like R and Python. Why R and Python are getting famous? Because they have capabilities of reporting. They have capabilities of reporting data visually. So all these things summed up together, I can call that person as data scientist. Yeah. I don't know data structures. That's okay. You're not going to use it for each and everything. You should know why data structures are used. So if possible, in case you need to capture the data from applications data structure, like your application is storing some data in hash maps. If you have a Java application running on a server and some of the data is in hash map, you should be able to capture that data. That's why you should know that. I should know databases, SQL, NoSQL, MySQL, MongoDB. So one server is running MongoDB, one server is running MySQL. I have to capture data, aggregate that data from both the databases and process that data. Tomorrow you should not be like, oh no, I don't know MongoDB. How can I capture that data? No, no, no. There are tools, there are techniques, there are very easy connectors available in the market. So all in all, summing up together, a person who is doing data mining since ages with a very fancy technology techniques as well as tools can be called as data scientist. For me, old data miner can easily work as a data scientist. Well, Atul, I'm from statistics background. Can I be a data scientist? Good question. Very good question. Yes, you can. If you are eager or if you are ready to learn few of the programming concepts. Well, do I need to be a programmer to be a data scientist? Not actually, but you should know basics of programming. Why? If I give you a programmer, you should at least be able to instruct him, guide him what to use and what not to use. Like you should be able to give him a functional requirement so that your programmer can convert that into a technical piece. Fine. So that's what data scientist. And here in APG, we have, see, basically, as Siddharth rightly told, education industry is the very difficult, very complex thing. In India, education, like some days ago, I have read a report where it was mentioned that 95% of engineers in India are useless. This is a very bad word, ruthless word, but the guy wanted to say the same. I felt, man, I felt here like I'm an engineer, man. You know what? I put so many efforts to clear 40 subjects. You won't understand our pain. But when I jumped into industry, and especially I have started my startup, I realized that there is huge gap between what has been taught and what needs to be a professional. So you guys, like I was a student then, now I am a professional. These two are totally different things. So do you mean that education which we are getting is useless? Not at all. It's really useful. In fact, you are being all-rounder, but you are not being focused. You are horizontally scaled, not vertically. Problem is that you don't be a domain expert easily unless you show a keen interest in something. You can't. That's the problem. And you can't assume that everyone will have equal enthusiasm to dig deep into that subject. Na? Problem is that, and not everyone can do PhD. There are n number of things. So our education industry has been structured in such a way that there are so many things, but it has to be simplified. And in APG, as see, data science courses are everywhere, right? You can even get a best of the best trainers on YouTube for free. But the problem is structure. The problem is implementation. Like I also had an idea like Swiggy since my college days. सबको चाय की दुकान डालनी होती है ना? No, yeah, let's leave it and let's start a business of tea. We will earn lakhs. No, no, no. It's not that simple. You have to have understanding of structured strategy of that business, and most important is very well organized and structured implementation of that thing can lead to success. And same thing we are doing here. I am teaching courses in APG since I guess 4 years, more than 4 years now. So, and thanks to APG, they are like forcing me to come out of my comfort zone. I used to teach to engineering students, fresher graduates, laterals who are IT grads, who are part of programming technology. Now, APG gave me chance to teach a person who is not related to IT and teach him Android. Like I was shattered, man, how to do that? Then I realized everyone can learn very easily if you motivate him enough. So one part of our course is like understand you and pace our course according to you. So I can't really tell that this batch is of 80 hours. Yes, it will definitely be 80 hours batch, but it can end in 60 hours also if the crowd is good. And if the crowd is bad, no crowd is bad. Good means they have prior knowledge prerequisites very clear about a particular technology. If crowd is new, see, there is no bad, isn't it? Good or new. So if people from various backgrounds comes in batch, we need to spend more time on prerequisites and few of the concepts. So that's where the batch structure has to be what I can say implemented, and that's I say USP of APG learning. Trust me, attend few days, you will realize, okay, I have been addressed. My problems are really being addressed. No matter it is a big data course or full stack development course or any other big data, data science, machine learning course, every course is same. The implementation is same. Contents may change. As Siddharth rightly mentioned, we have structured it in a CAM form. So we tried our best. And again, there are ground level challenges. We do leave it to our trainers. And fortunately, we have got really good industry experts for most of our courses. And that's where we are booming in this particular segment, education segment. And that's all about data science basics, which I wanted to say or tell. And now let's take few questions. Definitely, without that, this session is only 20% complete.
Absolutely. Thank you, Atul. Thank you for such a lovely session and taking us through the journey of what it is to be a data scientist and what is the significance of data and why data is the new oil. You sort of very put it in a very immersive way for all our audience here today. And thank you very much for that. And we have a question from one of our audience, Omkar, and he asks, how many days are required to develop these skills?
Okay, now this is really good question. I appreciate this question. In fact, very important question. Omkar, there is no answer to this question. It can be 1 month, 1 week, 1 year. But one thing, no matter which skill you are using, the first thing is understanding. Second thing is more understanding. And third thing is perfection. So to get really good at any skill, you need to practice it more. And that's where the CAM thing is there. So assignments are for revision. The projects give you further revision. So that's where we are focusing to have at least 4 to 5 revisions of one concept in some or the other way. And that's where you have a lot of revisions of same concept, and we tend to make our candidate ready by the end of course. So let's assume 3 months is a rough generic timing to develop a skill if you really make it your habit. So if you kind of give 1 hour to one subject every day, I promise it will be your skill. Which tool is better?
So we have a next question from Kailash Jadhav. It was a wonderful session delivered by Atul sir. Would you please suggest which tool is better, Tableau or Microsoft Power BI?
No, very difficult question. Huh? Which mobile is better, Android or iOS? iPhone? Same question. See, basically, my God, means I was blown away by the Tableau tool. Like, oh my God. I was using some tool called as BIRT for 5 long years, business intelligence and reporting tool. It was open source. Now it is known as Open Text, I guess. It has been taken over by some company. I have done lot of work for for that tool, using that tool. It was amazing. I'm basically more into Java, so I have used Java oriented tools more in my enterprise experience. So when I got first chance to work on Tableau, I was blown away, man. For this, I used to do 10 different things, click 10 different tabs, and aggregate the data and do XYZ. Tableau promises that you can generate any report in 10 seconds. 10 seconds. And mind it, guys, since Satya Nadella has taken over Microsoft, he's doing amazing. He's doing amazing. So Microsoft Power BI and Microsoft Azure are two examples of his intelligence. Microsoft Power BI is irreplaceable. You can't say that Tableau is better than Microsoft Power BI or vice versa. They are definitely different tools. Their UI is different, but overall functionality is kind of same. So you can never go wrong with Tableau or Microsoft Power BI. They are equally competent, really good, but my personal favorite is Tableau because I find it very easy, very easy.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, my dear friends, I'd also like to make a special announcement at the end of this webinar. So, I really want all of you to sort of tune in till the end, and we'd also like to receive a lot of doubts and queries from your end also, so that we can keep the conversation as a two-way communication, and we also understand what you are looking for through this webinar and through this journey of unlocking data science with APG learning. And with that, we moving on to our next question.
Atharva. Yeah, Atharva, thanks for this question. I remember we have started first batch 4 years ago, data science batch. Since then till now, at least 25 batches have been done. Like me as a trainer, there are 3 different great trainers for that. Means overall 70 plus batches are done. Every batch at least has 2 statistics MSc or BSc grads. Every batch. I can name them. If you want, I can connect you with them. So just grab few programming things like R, Python, machine learning stuff. It will be really helpful. Like I am hiring a statistician for my project because my data science guys are lacking stats knowledge. I am definitely not going to go in depth you have for stats, right? So I can show you things. I am trying to read these books. Just give me a second. See, I'm trying to read these books. I know I need to remove this blur effect. Give me a second. Video backgrounds and filters now. So I hope you can read. It is not mirror flipped. So this book I'm trying to read. See, man, I'm a computer guy, techie guy, programmer. Still, I have to read this stat book. So another stat book. So you can understand your value in this field. I am being forced to read these books, man. So you have future. Just grab yourself with necessary technical skills and grab the opportunity. In fact, you guys are those guys who should be more comfortable in this field. I am feared of you guys.
So statistician, it's your time to come and take over data science now.
See, basically problem is it was difficult for statisticians to learn so many programmings and tools. That's where we were mediocrely managing this field. But now the tools and techniques have been so simplified that you can easily learn. Trust me, it is very simple. And this course includes a language called as Python. I'm a Java developer. If you tell me, Atul, describe yourself in one word, I'm a Java developer. So, but my answer for the question, which is the easiest programming language in this world to learn, Python. No doubt, Python. And this language is the base foundation of this course. And this course really starts with basics of Python, ABC of Python. So first you will learn Python and then other things. So don't worry about it. Kailash again ask something, right?
Yes. Can a non-technical person be a data scientist, as I am non-IT person? I am MA in English, but I have great interest in learning such technologies.
You answered, na? You answered, right? Man, I took interview 4 days ago. The guy was super intelligent. Huh? He was from a very renowned college of engineering, computer engineer. I don't want to name that guy and name that college, but he was like, I read his CV. I was impressed. Like I was like, man, I'm going to get a master. So when I started interview, he had knowledge of machine learning. He had knowledge of few things. I had opening for API developers, Spring Boot, Spring, etc. He was lacking those skills. Now I can't say that that guy is dumb. Problem is that guy never had interest in Java. He always had interest in Python, machine learning, and all. But now his joblessness is forcing him to give interviews for anything. And he was there. He was trying his luck. Almost he was got selected. But then I convinced him, man, if you get this job now, you will get frustrated one day. Try to search job in machine learning. You are really good in that. Unfortunately, I wasted my half an hour to ask him machine learning question because that post was never related to machine learning. So just I realized that that guy has the potential. So if you have interest, you can easily learn. But after that, this course, don't assume that you are going to build models for machine learning or data automation. It will take time. So for a person like me who is from technology background, may start building those things immediately in the course or after the course. You may require 2 more months, 3 more months, depending on your enthusiasm and efforts. But trust me one thing, people from non-IT background do more than people from IT background. That's my personal experience. They get placed earlier because of the insecurity they have. They end up doing more.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Don't worry about C. Python is a very independent thing. You can start your curriculum with Python. Forget about C. C is very powerful. I call it as a mother language of all today's languages. But still, to respect the time, to respect the ease of learning, Python is the best thing.
Great, great. So, guys, I have very briefly spoke about a special announcement a couple of minutes ago. So the announcement is that we are offering a flat 10% off on data science program, intensive data science program that will take you through the journey and sort of help you in every possible way in shaping your career to become a data scientist. And Atul will be throughout this journey with you and will help you in answering all your questions and giving you a lot of relevance from the industry's point of view, and also introducing you to a lot of practitioners and industry relevant assignments and case studies as well. And to take you through this journey, we are offering a flat 10% discount on this program by APG Learning, and it's a limited period offer. It is valid only till end of day 23rd, that is tomorrow, Sunday. And all you have to do is just show your interest here in the chat box, and we will reach back to you in the next 24 hours with the relevant details and the relevant background for the program, and we'll sort of give you all the information that is sort of relevant with respect to APG Learning's data science certification program. And grab this offer. It is only a limited period one, and we hope to see you in the sessions with Atul, taking you through this journey and building this career for data as a data scientist for you. And with this, I have a question, Atul, is in terms of a career point of view, what sort of jobs that can be assumed from these program as a data scientist or as a data engineer? What is your take on the careers in this field?
Good question. This is really difficult question because even companies are struggling to entitle this job. Like no one really hires a data scientist unless that company is really data agnostic. My company, I currently work for assignment in payment domains company. So we have to capture the data and mark it as a fraud. Like customer is doing transaction. I hope some of you might have got a call from credit card company after doing a transaction, and the customer care is asking you like, sir, have you done this transaction? If you say yes, then only we will process this transaction. Why? That transaction has been marked as a fraud. So fraud analysis, Now let me show you one last thing. Uh, this is my personal homepage of Amazon.in. I just want to walk you through this. Look at this today's deal. Why they are showing me mobiles and headphones and like this health freak products. See, I am really fond of fountain pens. I don't need to tell you. I will just walk you through this page and you will realize that what I like. See, my watch, just I showed you. I am really fond of fountain pens. I really uh, collector of fountain pens and limited ink bottles, and I really read few books, technical books especially. You can see right now I am doing some microservice based projects, so you can see lot of books regarding same. Also I play tennis a lot. You will see something related to cycling and tennis. So how does Amazon knows about it so well? The reason is a recommendation engine. The reason is a recommendation engine. So if I search for, let's say, OnePlus 9 Pro, look at the auto suggestions in this product page. I know there might be some lag due to internet, just bear with me. So if I scroll down, scroll down, in the end, so featured items you may like. A person who likes OnePlus may also like one of these. So who built this logic? You. You guys are responsible for building this logic. Look at this. If you buy a phone, there might be chances that you might be buying a charging cable or wireless charger or phone holder or something like phone cases, products related to this item. So what logic have been put for this so that they are being displayed like this? Now this will force many customer, yaar maine mobile to kharid liya, now let's buy a case. Oh, this wireless charger is so nice, let's buy it. So this will give more chances to their business to showcase more products, right? So guys, there are different job roles. There are various job roles as a data analyst. Data reporting has been merged into data analyst. So a data analyst has to have good knowledge of Tableau. That's why we have included the visualization in this course, especially with Tableau. Not just Tableau, we are going to cover visualization using Python as well. So you can do it programmatically as well as tool wise. A Tableau person can learn Microsoft Power BI by his own easily. So data visualization is one field where you can get the job. Data analysis, straight away a job. Even as a Python developer, you can go. If you have a keen interest in programming, if you explore more in Python, you can even go for a job which is entitled as a Python developer. So future is automation. Even machines are learning, right? So all machine learning jobs are open for you. And trust me, next 5 years, everyone will be talking about automation. And automation, the base of automation is this data world, machine learning, Python. So right now, if you just do a Python course as a fresher and try to apply for a job for Python, you may not find that many openings. That's why we have moduled this course with various tools, various techniques, which will give you more job opportunities. And yeah, even if you are from non-IT background, as this field is new, demand is more, supply is less, and you know when demand supply ratio breaks, what happens? You will get more value, isn't it? So either you will get more value or you will see something amazing. You can get a job into a company which you were not never expecting. And this is all up to you how you sell yourself. Like you, if you say always I'm non-IT background guy, I don't know, so you are like putting negative point. Yeah, I'm non-IT background but I can do this thing well, isn't it? So that's what I need. There are many people who are from electronics background, mechanical background in our technology companies who are doing really great. Class date, yeah. Assume that it will go full-fledged in first week of Feb.
Yeah. So with that, we are almost time as well, considering the session has to end at 5 p.m. And thank you, Atul, for such an immersive session and taking us through the journey of what it looks like to be a data scientist or a data engineer today in this fast growing technology world. And with that, we would call this session an end. And I would sort of I hope all the audience take avail the flat offer that we are offering to you guys specially, and it is a special discount that is offered only as a gift of participation in this webinar to you guys, and it is not an open discount to everyone. So grab the opportunity, and we hope to see you in our session starting on 29th of January. Sure. Thank you for your